Vitaimo. Welcome, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all those who have joined from the spirit realm and from this earthly plane. Okay, so first I would like to invite you to subscribe, like, share this reading, comment. If you feel called, you can send me a donation to say thank you for the healing that you receive through these messages. And if you're interested in a little bit about me, in the description box you can find links to my website and my shop, where I've been doing some new creations. And yeah, have a look. I'll be putting new items up there. You know, I already added some and I've got a few more in the works. So, all right. So the business is done. Let's get to the reading. So to begin, I invite you just to take a deep breath in and out. Just to start to ground and arrive in this space. Take a moment to welcome in your well and elevated ancestors and guides. And just come closer. Okay. Thank you. All right, so today's reading. Today's reading is going to be, what are the land spirits' messages for you? Okay, so we're going to be tapping into the spirits of the land. And this can mean a few things. So one, this can be the spirits of the land that you actually reside on. It could be the spirits where your home is. It could be the spirits of the land that you grew up on. It could be the spirits of the land of these places that you feel drawn to, out in nature. Okay, so I just want you to just breathe in and sit with that and just see what place you feel called to. I'm going to do my best to, how am I going to say that? You know, we'll see which land spirits are coming through, but I have a feeling they're going to be coming through from all the different places. So what's really important is that you connect with where that land is for you. Okay. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of oracle cards prepared. We're going to throw tarot. At some point, we'll see when they say that we get to it. So I'm actually just going to move these decks to the side right now. And we're going to start with an archetype card. Here we go, the shadow. So the dark places, the unseen, the unknown, okay? And yes, that would be where the land spirits are residing. You know, I'm seeing all these little images there as being the spirits. Okay, so the shadow. So these spirits are in the shadow that I'm hearing. That could be, maybe you've never really acknowledged the spirits of the land. Or there could be some, you know, maybe some heaviness on the land that you reside in. Okay. Or it could just be that, yeah, like you don't know the spirits in the land. It's a shadow area for you, and we're going to illuminate it today. All right, next archetype card. Okay, we've got the maiden. Okay. Okay, the first thing that's coming through is possibly there's a young spirit, a young female energy spirit on the land. And I'm noticing here this hand is like touching a body part. It's just telling me like they've been trying to reach out. Okay, or they want to reach out. And you know, in this card before, I've never ever noticed the silhouette of trees. Okay, and then these gold or brass images are making me think of metals, the metals in the earth. They're ancient, primordial. Ooh, and I'm also hearing gifts. Okay. There we go. All right, where to next, ancestors? Just gonna get this smudge just going nice and lightly. All right, tea leaves or past lives? Tea leaves. Okay. So let's see. What are some messages? We've got the bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. Okay. I'm also hearing that the bat also represents initiation, rebirth, coming out of the cave. Okay. I'm not sensing that. Okay, I'm not really sensing that these land spirits are troubled, although they could be. We'll see when we get further in the reading. But take care. Enemies are working against you. Maybe that's a message that they're trying to share with you. Okay, so we will see. Here we go. Vulture. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Okay. Now it's like, ooh, are we going to get a little dark, a little shadowy? Okay, but the vulture, you know, the vulture spirit and the vulture animal is the word that's coming to mind, underregarded. You know, vulture spirits, like, first of all, people believe that the eagle flies the highest. Well, it's actually the vulture or condors. They fly higher than the eagle. They feed off of, you know, dead. Everything that's dead, they eat. So what they essentially are doing is they're transmuting and cleaning up the environment so that other creatures won't get ill if they try to eat something that's spoiled. Okay, they've got such a significant role. Yeah, okay, so the vulture spirit's here. So if there are any enemies working against you, if you're experiencing any depression or anxiety struggles right now, or worry that somebody's against you, the vulture spirit is here to say, I have your back. Okay, I'm going to help you transmute it, and I'm going to clean up all the things that are dead. Yes, which I'm hearing now, like, you know, 2025 is the number 9, which is the ending and closing of cycles. Okay, so when things are coming to an end, maybe you've been letting things go, vulture spirit is here to just eat away the stuff that would poison you. Okay, next tea leaf. Yoke. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Yoke. Okay, I'm hearing imprisoned. Okay, maybe you are feeling tied down, frustrated, imprisoned. Maybe imprisoned to your thoughts, all the worry. And also, you know, I don't want to discredit, there actually may be something happening in your life where, you know, you feel like things are working against you. People are working against you. Okay, but the land spirit's coming through to, 1, either highlight this, 2, to show you how they're supporting you. Oh, and then also they might be saying that these land spirits are feeling tied down and stuck. Okay, so when it comes to land spirits, so there could be, you know, spirits from the crystals, spirits from the rocks, from the water, from the stone, from the dirt, from all the creatures that are in there. But also there's also spirits of the ones that have passed. Okay, so possibly, you know, different people, persons who have passed, and I'm sensing they're feeling tied down and frustrated. And maybe some of this frustration is, one, they're suffering. Two, we don't acknowledge their existence and that this is actually there. Okay, now I'm sensing about building a relationship with the spirits on the land. So I'm hearing, so Marcy, how do we do that? Okay, so one good way to start building a relationship with the spirits on the land and the spirits of the land, and then the dead ones that are residing in the land. And if they are feeling frustrated, if they're feeling trapped, the first step I would say is, one, just acknowledging that yes, that these spirits are tied to this land. Acknowledge them. A beautiful way to acknowledge them is to bring out offerings. Actually, before I did this reading, I went and I gave some offerings to the spirits on this land where I live. Today I chose to offer some tea with milk and sugar. I also offered some grains, seeds, raisins, and more sugar, more sweetness. In the past, I've offered money. So I've made offerings of things that if, you know, any troubled spirits are on this land, anything that they might have lacked in their lifetime that made things a struggle, I try to give things like that. So we can offer tobacco, we can offer water, you know, we can plant plants on the land as an offering for regeneration, for growth, for companionship. So I would just say, first, just acknowledge that they exist and don't ask anything of them, right? These spirits on the land, we're not going to be asking them to do this or that for us in the beginning, right? We want to get to know them, and possibly at some point, we'll see if the reading goes there, and it might be another reading. But if there are, you know, troubled spirits trapped in the land, then, you know, there's different healing and spiritual work that we can do to help release them, to be able to go towards the light, to be able to go towards their well and elevated ancestors, to help free them from being trapped in that suffering place and time. All right, so if you want to look up what kind of work that is, look up what psychopomp means, and yeah, okay. Next, wealth. Okay, right away I heard, yes, they would love some money. Throw some coins, offer some coins. Okay, feed the land. Let the land feel wealthy and nourished. Yeah. Okay, and the time of year we've got August, summertime. And what do they want to say about August? You know, I know that's, you know, August, that would represent the sun, but I'm actually seeing it more as a full moon. We had a full moon yesterday in Gemini. I'm filming this reading in the beginning of December. Okay, so what I'm getting from August is, okay, the sun is bright, it illuminates, right? All the darkness and the shadows. Okay. All right, we'll see if that plays in later in the reading. Okay, so I pulled 3 past life cards, and I had a feeling that, You know, if we do tap into like actual people, the spirits that are trapped in the land that are actually people, this might tell us a little bit about them. So let's see where we're going. Okay, expressive talents, creativity, the arts. I'm hearing these spirits were very creative and had multiple talents. I'm seeing the number 25, and 25 reminds me of money, gains. Okay, but then that reduces to a 7, which represents spirit. Okay, I'm hearing, you know, other offerings too can be speaking with them, singing with them, having music playing. Yeah. Just want to sit with this and see what I see on this. I'm just really noticing like the feather with the ink pen. Looks like journals and ledgers, writing, painting, music, microphone. Okay, you know, now I'm just getting a deep sense of sorrow. Like, you know, we build our homes on the land with no thought or acknowledgement of what came before and what resided on these places before. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm hearing they're happy that we're talking about this. All right, let's see. Archangel Metatron, ancient wisdom and understanding. Yeah, look at that. These land spirits have so much to teach us. So much to teach us. There we go. And they're ancient. You know, here I'm seeing the full moon and the pyramids. They're ancient. And now I'm thinking about how Archangel Metatron works with gifted, especially gifted children. Okay. Gifted children. For some reason, I just feel so compelled that I got to keep this smudge going today. So what's that about? Just clearing energies. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the land spirits would like the energy to be cleared. So if you have a practice, you know, smudging, water, praying, maybe just pray that some of the heavier energies that reside in the land can be cleared, nourished. All right, let's get to the next one. Archangel Zadkiel. Compassion, freedom, forgiveness. Oh, wow. This card's very powerful. All right, so you know when I talked about the psychopomp work, you know, I'm seeing this as 2 warriors possibly passing on that land. And here comes Archangel Zadkiel coming in to help move these souls to a place of peace, to be freed. Yeah. Okay. If anyone out here does feel called that, you know what, the land I reside on is quite upset, yeah, reach out to me. You know, that is some work that I do also, or maybe we can do some rituals and just see what's happening with the land and see if there's a way, right, working together that we can release these spirits that are trapped. Okay. All right, so we're going to grab this one here. So this is neon or nyon. I need to, my ancestors reminding me that I have to learn how to pronounce things properly. Okay, so if I do mispronounce it, I'm just going to say it now. I mean, no disrespect. I apologize, and I will get to that. Okay, I'm going to read this one in the guidebook right now. Just give me a moment to locate it. So just take a deep breath, check in with yourself while I'm finding this card. And interesting, this one's hard to find. I don't typically struggle this much looking for the cards. So I will patiently keep looking. Boy, that's really interesting. Oh, there, found it. Okay. All right, so neon or nyan is ash. The ash features prominently in Celtic stories of enchantment and is the symbol of the mythological world tree, linking the underworld and the upper world with everyday reality. It is therefore a tree of magical powers. The ash is also associated with healing, strength, and the dispensation of justice. Okay, neon. There we go, right? Affirmation that we are linking with the underworld, but the importance of all three worlds being balanced. So let's say the underworld, and then the middle world is here on the earthly plane, and then the upper world is, right, known as the heavens, the spiritual landscape. Okay, so you're being called to connect with all three realms, and like at least connect in the sense of acknowledging and witnessing and understanding that there is a link in between these realms, and that we're all connected. Okay, we're going to move to this one. Got Muin. Okay, it looks like blackberry. I'm seeing those thorns. I'm just going to take a peek at the images before I read on it. See how everything is all intertwined and connected? Okay. Yeah, blackberries, they form boundaries, right? It's good to be boundaried, but not walled in. But blackberry walls, man, try getting through that. That's pretty rough. All right, so Muin is vine. So the vine, bramble or blackberry, is a climbing plant with unstoppable energy. It has long been used to make wine for ritual purposes, and therefore possesses qualities of intoxication, joy, and lust. The vine is associated with learning lessons and with changing thought patterns and life processes. It also evokes the richness of the harvest. Beautiful. Okay, I'm not getting much more from that, so we're going to carry on. So bring us back to the question, what do the land spirits want to share with you today? What do the land spirits want to share with you today? Okay, we're going to take one of these. Okay, unwind. Oh, I'm noticing that frog. Never seen that before. Okay, unwind, relax. Maybe the energy that you have, right, can also help the energy of the spirits. Okay, let's say that you're experiencing a whole bunch of fear and anxiety, frustration, feeling tied down, feeling like things are working against you, that there's like, a great long lineup of enemies. And I'm not saying that facetiously. I'm saying that in a way of solidarity, because believe me, I've experienced that and still experience that. but coming into a place of just unwinding, maybe just resting with the land, just chilling out with the land, and then just listen and see what happens. Let's go to this one. Ooh, okay, exercise, yeah. All right, so definitely, if anybody's feeling really troubled with the spirits on their land, they might need to be exorcised, released, okay? Released, yeah. So if you know how to do that, right, do it. But, you know, it's a pretty big deal doing stuff like that. So reach out, find somebody that you feel you can trust to walk you through that. But I know that's something that I had to do on the land that I reside in, you know, and I had a, you know, very trustworthy companion to do that with me. Yeah, okay. All right, where do we go? I'm feeling drawn to tarot. Okay, we're going to go to tarot. I'm feeling drawn to ask more about what needs to be exercised. And when I say exercise, I'm not saying exercise like go and work out. I'm saying like exorcist, remove and release troubled spirits. Okay, not too sure why I had to clarify that, but I did. All right, to the spirits of the land. Maybe that's why I also really felt like I needed to keep this smudge going, okay? Because when I open up portals and doorways, you know, the intention is for that the love and light come through, but I'm specifically asking the spirits of the land to come through. And with that, yes, there's going to be troubled ones. So we're just going to keep this smudge going nice. Just to, you know, clear the energy. Maybe even assist in clearing any of the troubled spirits' energies. To have a little feeling of compassion, some freedom. Okay. All right, land spirits. What do you want to share with the collective today? What do you want to share with the collective today? Okay, one more time. What do you want to share with the collective today? Okay. All right. What do you want to share with the collective today? Oh, yeah, no. That's going to be way too much. I'm for sure taking that one. But let's go. What do you want to share with the collective today? Okay. All right. Okay, so how are we doing this? Sorry, just figuring it out. Some more cards I was going to go for, but that's good. I think we can make this fit. And very good. Nice. Okay, bottom of the deck, Temperance. Okay, transmuting. Okay, turning heavy, dark energies into light. It's alchemy. Okay, so the first card out, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords represents being trapped, specifically trapped in the mind. Okay, let's go on. Okay, Eight of Wands. Okay, is that going reverse? Yep. Okay, so Eight of Wands represents incoming messages, fast movement, you know, or just incoming anything, energy. Wands represents energy, fire, creation. Okay, but it's in reverse. So we've got 8, 8 here. All right. 8 of Swords, being trapped. There's the yoke. 8 of Wands, energy's not moving. Okay, energy needs to move. It's time for it to be released. Okay, but it's not. It's trapped. Here. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. All right. What message am I getting from the Queen of Pentacles? So the Queen of Pentacles, she lacks for nothing, right? She has everything she needs. She's bountiful in this material realm. She knows how to, bring things into the material realm. Okay, so that's the message. They're feeling trapped in the material realm. Okay. And here, Devil. Is it going reverse? Show me yes, no. Is it no? Okay, Devil's not going reverse. Okay, so lots of suffering, and the Devil again talks about being trapped, being chained. It can represent addictions, thought patterns, food, anything you feel chained to. And the Devil rules the material realm, right? He's got I'm not going to say rules, but he has that's the realm that he can come into, right? And work through. And then this one. Hanged Man. Wow, look at all these energies just feeling stuck. But the Hanged Man, right, in the original Rider-Waite Tarot, he's got like this bright light around his head, and he doesn't look disturbed, doesn't look very comfortable hanging upside down by 1 foot, but he is able to reach enlightenment. Okay, they want me to do the After Tarot to clarify these. Okay, so what's being asked of the collective then? All right, we're seeing just a lot of things being trapped in. Yes, possibly, these spirits need to be sent on their way. But what's being asked of them right now? Okay. Or whatever you want to share. Okay. I just sense the question. What's being asked of the collective? What's being asked of the collective right now? That one. Okay, what's being asked of the collective right now? Being asked. Or what do you want to share with the collective? Thank you. What do you want to share with the collective? Okay, I want it to be a flyer. Thank you. Okay. Look at that, bottom of the deck, Hanged Man. But, okay, so I'm going to show this card first. Okay, so in the original Rider-Waite, this person wouldn't be there. They're just hanging. And do you see the light around their head, like becoming enlightened? Okay, but do you see this person is here feeding them or nourishing them, giving them something to drink? All right, so first off, what's being asked is when I talked about going and giving some offerings to the land, yes, do that. You're definitely being asked to do that. Okay, and then we got these 3 cards. Where do you want to go? Middle? Okay. Okay, so here we go. In reverse. Okay, show me yes, no. Take this in reverse, yes. Okay, so there's the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords represents being trapped in your head. All right, like in the original one, the person is sitting there with their head down and their hands covering their face, full of anxiety and worry. All right, but in this one, they've taken down one of the swords off the wall, and they're actually about to battle whatever is troubling them. Okay, and this came in reverse. So what that's telling me, what is that telling me? Okay, now it's telling me to put it upright because that reading, okay, so the nine, if the original one, if the Nine of Swords is in reverse, it means that you're not up struggling with worry and stuff. Okay, but they still are. And I'm just, just the strongest message here is I'm hearing appeasing the land spirits, acknowledging them. Okay, if they're very like troubling spirits, they do need to be, moved on, assisted with that. But the first step is, feed them, take care of them. Okay, and then we got the Five of Pentacles here. And the Five of Pentacles is like feeling destitute, ill, sick, unwell, no money, no home. Okay? So I think that they want you to know this is how they're feeling. They're feeling destitute, stuck, no home, and it's not comfortable. Okay, and then the last one, the Sun in reverse. Do you want this reversed? No. Okay. There. They want the Sun upright. Oh, let me just see. Okay, yeah, no, these ones are okay. I just have to watch with YouTube and nudity. So, but looks like it's pretty covered up, but I wouldn't mind just maybe covering this before I put it down. And I only have that. Okay, the Sun. Yes, the Sun will come out, with them being acknowledged. This makes them happy. Okay. Maybe not the real troubled ones, because they're going to have a hard time being happy until they're released. But the other land spirits are so happy to be acknowledged and so happy to have offerings. And just to have this topic, I'm hearing, just to have this topic put out there. I don't even know if I've actually listened to a reading specifically on the spirits of the land, like especially spirits of the land you reside on, what they're trying to share with you. Okay. Now we're going to move on to this fairy deck and see what message they have. The Gatekeeper. Let go. All things are possible on the borderlands. See the letting go, the borderlands, right? The thresholds in between the lower, the middle, the upper world. Yeah. The ones that are trapped are asking to be released, to be let go. And look at this wise one, being able to navigate that, working with their ancestors, right? It's not the humans here. It's not me that would be doing it. It would be me working with you, but most importantly, working with the well ones in spirit, our guides, our well and elevated ancestors, because they're the ones that come and do the work. But they do need us to acknowledge it and to call them in. Okay. And then we have a crystal, bronzite. Funny, I knew this one was going to come out. Yep. Number 13 represents death. Okay, change is rebirth, right? Crossing over. A lot about crossing over. Wow. Just really noticing that star. It's hard to see, but this face is looking like a lion face to me. Which is connected to Leo, the sun. Yeah, there's the light. And that's why the sun is so important. Part of a process of asking troubled spirits to move would be like to light a candle, to put a light there, some form of light that they can go towards. Yeah, to go back to their star nations, right? Their cosmic home, not to be trapped in Mother Earth, but to actually get up into, their cosmic heaven realm. Aw, I'm feeling compassion, right, for these souls that are troubled. Yeah, but I'm also feeling hope. Okay, I'm feeling really good about this reading. I'm happy this one. It came up yesterday. I was just like, man, the spirits of the land, I just feel like they just want to talk to me. Something's going on. There's a message that needs to come through. I'm so glad that I took the time to do this message. Because I was going to do a full moon reading, but this was the one. All right, and so we are going to end this reading with a message from the botanical deck here. And there's a little ritual, so when I bring it up, if it's something that you would like to take a picture of to share for later, I am going to read it. Okay, and it's the reishi. And I use the Midnight Magic deck, which was, it's like the mushroom deck. And then reishi comes out. So beautiful. Intention, immortality. We're talking about trapped souls, spirits, right? Our souls are immortal. Yeah. Okay, so the elixir of immortality and the queen of the mycelium. Reishi is a mushroom revered for its spiritual powers and a wide range of medicinal benefits. Adaptogenic, immunostimulant, antiviral, anti-cancer, antitussive. The botanical is a powerhouse for the immune system. Reishi grows from the dead, nourished by fallen trees, right? Vultures live on the things that are dead. It's another synchronicity. Spiritually, reishi attends to the darkness within us, consuming that which no longer serves our being. Reishi connects us to the realm of mystery, the immortal web of connection deep within the earth. Look at that. We're talking about releasing some of these spirits that are trapped in the land, in the earth. Interesting. Okay, maybe this is an offering you can make for the land spirits. It says to deepen the connection to your spirit and to boost your immunity, drink this concoction before sleep. Combine 1 tablespoon of reishi powder, 1 tablespoon of warm milk or hot water, and 1 tablespoon of honey or date syrup. Blend and enjoy in botanical meditation. Beautiful. So that's something that you could do for yourself, or I'm hearing that's something you can actually do for the land. You can make that concoction, maybe pick a spot on where you live, or if a spot in nature, to make this offering. Okay. Well, let me just see. Any last messages? Nope. Okay. The reading is now complete. All right. I would like to thank all of you who joined in today's reading. And yes, please like, subscribe, comment, share. Take a look at my offerings, my website. And if you feel called to donate, everything is in the description box below. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to my guides. Thank you to all of your guides. And mostly, thank you to the land spirits that came through today. Okay. from a place of love, respect, devotion, and reverence. Thank you. Amigwech, Yakoyu. Hi, hi.